what you should be tracking. Now, the first and foremost is the onboarding experience, the first time user experience within your app. Track how people are getting through the first time user experience in your app and where they're falling off, what's successful and what's not. I think it's you, Steve, that says it. And I love the quote of like, your onboarding is your most popular feature in your app because
Yeah.
everyone's going to use it. And a percentage of those people are going to move on to use the rest of it. So definitely track that and optimize that. The next thing is the aha moment. Our definition of it is whenever someone experiences the value of your app, right? And it's different for every app. It's whenever the user kind of clicks that button and sees something happen and they're like, I get it. This thing is awesome. Whenever they see that value, that then would make them turn around and pay for it. So you want to measure how many people are actually experiencing that, because you'd be surprised how many apps that we build or work on where before we were tracking this, only like 25% of the users that actually downloaded the app ever even experienced the aha moment. If they don't experience that, then of course they're not willing to pay for your app. There should be that one thing that really no one else does better that they're going to be willing to pay for, and you should focus on that before anything else.
Somebody said how to track, meaning onboarding. Just track, the funnel, meaning every page on the onboarding process before they actually use your app or do the paywall. Track every single page to just make sure they get to the paywall. And I think, Daniel, what you're probably trying to get to with the onboarding funnel is, hey, from the first open all the way to paywall view, how many people are dropping off? Because we want to make that as close to 100% as possible.
When I consider the first time user experience, I consider it from the moment they download the app, all of the buttons they hit during onboarding, through the paywall, and then all the way through the aha moment. So my first time user experience ends at the aha moment. Whenever you release new features, you need to know whether people are actually using it or not, because you may think it's cool, but your users may not care about it whatsoever. And if you don't know if they're using it or not, then you may spend months improving a feature that only 3% of your users are actually using, versus if you knew that, then you can go focus on the thing 97% of users are using, right? So just help measure that. And then finally, user properties help you learn more about your audience, the people that are downloading your app, the target audience. This is just an example of user properties, but it is a key and a value. So you can save data about your users in the system and then run reports to see averages and stuff. Where are users subscribing in the app, right? This is a big one, and Steve's talks about it a lot, and this confirmed it for me. 63% of users subscribe during the onboarding before they even use the app. That's something Steve talked about. I threw it in onboarding and I figured that out real quick, and it definitely increased everything. These other ones are like from the home screen where they see the offer, or from like a notification that they get that I send out. Well, showing the paywall on every app open increased conversion. I had no idea. So I ran an A/B test with the feature flags, right? So, and this tells us the test here is showing it. The control is not showing it every time. And you can see here, obviously the subscribed count over this period was more people subscribed to my app whenever I showed it. I thought, okay, well, more people are subscribing, cool, but it probably knocks off a bunch of users and I have less usage. Not only did it increase the number of people who subscribed to the app, it increased the number of people that actually used it. This is how you do the event tracking of your onboarding funnel. You can see here on the left, it's initial app open, the very first time they ever open the app. And we walk through the steps, the different screens that happened during the onboarding process: completed paywall, completed onboarding, and then the aha moment, right? So right now, only 54% of people are experiencing the aha moment. Something I need to improve. But
You actually call it the aha moment. I love it.
I literally call it the aha moment. Yeah,
That's
no, it's
awesome.
that important, right? I call it the
Yeah.
aha moment because I want to see how many people are hitting that. This tells you, right, like where people are dropping off. And there's times where I've introduced a new screen into the onboarding, and from one step to another, like 50% of users dropped off. And I was like, oh, shoot. Let me take that screen out real quick because I dropped off all my users. So this is an example. So hopefully that helps show you how you can track kind of the onboarding funnel.
How do you know the aha moment?
Well, I mean, this gets into like what are the common mistakes of the first time founder, right? Like not knowing what the aha moment should be within your app is one of the things that I see most first time founders trip up on. You should know it. Like that's the one thing that people are going to be paying for in your app. Like, and you should tailor everything towards getting the user to that moment within your app. So if you have a note taking app, maybe it's the first time they take a note. If you have a meditation
If you
app,
have a photo swiping,
if you have a photo swiping app, yeah. So for the aha moment for this one specifically, it's you get in and you swipe left or right, like Tinder style on your photos to delete or keep them, right? The aha moment that I track is once you get to the end of a month, because it breaks it down by month, and you actually delete the photos that you've swiped left. That's the aha moment, because you hit you hit delete, and it deletes 15 photos, and it says you've saved 5 a gigabyte or something. It's like whoopee, and that's the aha moment that I track.
My apps are more in like the sleep sound space. It could be just that first listen, that first night's rest, and that's it. Yeah, or could be just somebody paying me. No, I'm just kidding. That's my aha moment.
That's your aha moment.
That's my aha moment. Somebody, I got paid.